Hey there, future fella, weird ass black sheep. Welcome, welcome. No, you are not lost, and I am not a stranger. I will tell you who I am. I am. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. No. You left the bizarre world. You purposely passed the Twilight Zone. You hit the fork in the road.
I love it! You guys are so great!
You took the right ding, 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 and rolled right into the most offensive church this side of the universe. The party pig. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book called God Said. Because he did not fucking say that. This is God, the unofficial biography, Just Bible, as read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your super stone sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. Clap for me, I clap for you. Standing ovations only, please. Save your roses, it's a good time. So, welcome to my humble abode. Okay, so where we left off on 2nd Samuel, if I can find it. Second Samuel, right? Oh my God, I lost my page. Anyway, where we left off was David, well, Absalom got himself all together and shit. And David decided to run. Like, instead of standing his ground, he ran. And we left off on chapter 16. So we're on chapter 17. And it comes with a song. So if you want to hear the song, come this way. I have the 6 C's for whatever time it is. I have cannabis, cigarettes, coffee, a chair with your name on it, cat beds, and canine space. So bring your animals. Yeah. So come and get comfy on the chair with your name on it. Yeah, I got a chair with your name on it. So anyway, tell me where you're coming in from, what you're drinking, and what you're smoking. Cigarettes count. So interact with me in the chat. We'll have a great time. I just want to know, or want to let you know. Don't ask me what Bible I'm reading. I really don't give a shit how you feel about King James. I'm reading the International Study Bible or whatever, like the Old Testament. So that's what I'm reading. Yeah. So we are on chapter 17, and you are in time for the song. So here we go. Just like this book of stuff.
See, reading shit, I don't know what I'm reading.
What? Say.
We're only on chapter 17.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just like this book of stuff.
Reading shit I already read.
You don't know what it says.
But we're on chapter 17. Best song ever. I made it myself. Best song ever. So, we are on Samuel 17. We had such a good time. Look, things are happening, and I know what's happening. So, here we go. Chapter 17. See, I thought this was the time everybody showed up, so I purposely made me stream late. And now nobody shows up. But they'll message me instead of chat on my chat on my live stream. But okay, message me instead. You could just chat in my chat. Okay. Anyway, so this is after David runs off. I gotta take my Devon Dudley glasses off. Okay. So Absalom took over the kingdom of David. And then he had sex with his concubines on top of a roof. So, whatever. That's where that is. Furthermore, Ahithophel said to Absalom, please let me choose 12,000 men that I may pursue David, and I will come upon him while he is weary and exhausted, and I will terrify him that all the people who are with him will flee. Then I will strike him down being alone. Yeah, right. Okay. So the uh and I will bring back all the people to you. The return of everyone depends on the man you seek, when all the people shall be at peace. And the plan pleased Absalom and all the elders of the vampires. Then Absalom says, Now call Hushai and let us hear what he has to say. And remember, the Hushite is David's like friend. That's David's advisor. Okay. And Hushai had come to Absalom, and Absalom was like, and what's his plan? And Hushai said, this time the advice that Ahithophel has given is not good. Moreover, you know your father and his men, that they are mighty men of valor, and they are fierce like a bear robbed of her cubs in the field. And your father is an expert in warfare and will not spend the night with the people. Behold, he has now hidden himself in one of the caves or in another place, and it will be when he falls on him at the first attack that whoever hears it will say, there has been a slaughter among the people who follow Absalom. Hi, Miss Muddy. What are you drinking and smoking? And even the one who is valiant, whose heart is like that of a lion, will completely lose heart. For all the vampires know that your father is a mighty man, and those who are with him are valiant men. But I can't counsel that all the vampires shall surely be gathered to you, from Dan to Beersheba, as the sand that is on the sea in abundance, and that you personally go into battle. So we shall come to him in one of the places where he can be found, and we will fall on him as the dew on the ground, and of him and of all the men who are with him, not even one will be left. And if he withdraws into a city, then all the vampires shall bring ropes to that city, and we will drag it into the valley until not even a small stone is found. Okay, Miss Muddy. And Absalom and all the men said, the counsel of Hushai is better than Ahithophel. For the Lord had ordained to thwart the good counsel of Ahithophel, in order that the Lord might bring calamity on Absalom. Then Hushai said to Zadok and Abiathar, this is what Ahithophel counseled Absalom and the elders, and this is what I have counseled. Now, therefore, send quickly and tell David, do not spend the night at the fords, but by all means cross over, lest the king and the people who are with him. Can you guys hear me? I just want to know real quick before, well, I'm already way into it. But can you hear me? Because if you can't hear me, I'm totally fucked. Oh my God, you can't hear me, can you? No? Oh, okay, good. Good. Okay. Now Jonathan and Ahimaaz were seen in Rogel, and a maidservant would go and tell them, and they would go to the king, for they could not be seen entering the city. But a lad did see them and told Absalom. So the two of them departed quickly and came to a man's house in Baharim, who had a well in his courtyard, and they went down into it. And the woman took a covering and spread it over the well's mouth and scattered grain on it so that nothing was known. Then Absalom's servants came to the woman and said, "Do you know where they are?" And she was like, "No, I don't know where they are." "They probably went that way. So you should go that way and look for them." You know, now when and then they searched and did not find them, and they returned to Jerusalem. And it came about after they had departed, they came up out of the well and went and told King David, "Arise and cross over the water quickly, for Ahithophel has counseled against you." Then David and all the people who were with him arose and crossed the Jordan. And by dawn, not even one remained who had not crossed. Now, when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his donkey, went home to his city, set his house in order, and hung himself. And he was buried in the grave of his father. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'll let them. I'll see if they want to come in. Captain Blue and the kittens. All right, I'll let them in. Love you, babe. I love you too. I said it for him. Then David came to Mahanaim, and Absalom crossed the Jordan, he and all the vampires. And Absalom said, "Amasa over the army in place of Joab." Now, Amasa was the son of a man whose name was Ithra, the Israelite. Okay. Who dwelt and who went into Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, Joab's brother. And Israel and Absalom camped in the land of Gilead. Now, when David had come to Mahanaim, Shobi, the son of Nahash from Rabbah, of the sons of Ammon, Machir from Lodebar, and Barzillai, the Gideonite, brought beds, basins, pottery, wheat, barley, grain, beans, lentils, and parched seeds, honey, curds, sheep, and cheese for David and the people who were with him to eat, for they said, "The people are hungry, weary, and thirsty in the wilderness." Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we're going to chapter 18, but let's take a smoke break and talk about that. People who are not even with these people are coming and bringing them things. And David kind of cowered out But in his defense, he did want to, live in a cave again and be excited. And maybe that was the purpose of this whole running away. David in his midlife crisis. What do you think? Is that a thing? Do you think that's a thing? Nobody? Nothing? Okay. Man. Okay. So here we go. We got one more song. And I'm going to put my glasses on for it. My Devon Dudley glasses. Okay. Ready?
Chapter 18.
I don't know what it says.
Chapter 18.
I won't remember a little bit.
Chapter 18.
This shit is so fucking awesome.
And I swear I'll never read it.
Chapter 18. What do you think of my song? I made it just now. Gatorati. Am I helium balloons? It's amazing. God's out of control.
God. Yeah, there you go. God's out of control. Gatorati, as a matter of fact. That was loud. Was it at least good? Man, I made that song up. Well, Gatorati made that song up. And Gatorati was giving you a concert. Yeah. We'll just go with that. You were at a Gatorati concert. Yeah, Gatorati. Okay. Time to take the Devon glasses off. Hi, Jack. Jack, where's he at? He always wants to be where I'm at. He's such a good cat. Okay. You want to go to Gatorati's concert. Did you at least enjoy the concert, Miss Muddy? It's probably why I lost a viewer just now. Because it was too loud. I don't know. Okay. So then David took a census of those who were with him and set over them commanders. And David sent the people out, 1/3 under the command of Joab, 1/3 under Abishai, Joab's brother, and 1/3 under the command of Ittai. And the king said, I myself will go out with you also. But the people said, fuck no, you're not. Because if something happens to you, we lose. So, no. You're going to go sit in a cave and hide your ass out, is what you're going to do. Then the king says, okay, that's fine. I'll go and sit by the gate. So the people went out And the king charged Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, don't hurt him. Okay? Don't hurt him. Whatever you do, don't hurt him. Okay. Here we go. Can you hear me? Oh, there's my ice cream bowl. Okay. So he said, don't hurt Absalom. And all the people heard when King D said this. Then the people went into the field against the vampires, and the battle took place in Ephraim. And the people of the vampires were defeated before the servant of David. And the slaughter there that day was 20,000 men. For the battle there was spread over the whole countryside, and the forest devoured more people that day than the sword. Now Absalom happened to meet the servants of David, for Absalom was riding on his mule, and the mule went under the thick branches of the great oak, and his head caught. He got strung up by the tree, and somebody saw it and went and told Joab, and Joab went and killed David. And the one guy saw it, okay? And he wanted to go tell King D. And Joab's like, fuck no, you're not. I'm sending this other guy. And the guy was like, please, please let me. And after the other guy started, things like, okay, you can go. But the guy that went second got there first and told King D that Absalom was the dead. Right? He went and told him that Absalom was dead. And then King D was mourning and like, Absalom, my son Absalom. So that's the end of chapter 18. Do you want to keep going or no? No, we'll keep going. But hold on. Okay, we're going to hit it one more time, and then we're going to go to chapter 19. And we have no song for chapter 19. Oh my God, I'm tired and I have church in the morning. Okay. Well, let's do chapter holy shit, chapter 19 is pretty long. Mm. 19 is really long. So I guess let's do chapter 19. You don't have to stay, Miss Muddy. If you don't need to, or if you can't. We'll do chapter 19 real quick. Then it was told to Joab, behold, the king is weeping for Absalom. Oh, maybe Wheels will show up. Okay. Anyway, Joab was told that the king was weeping, and the victory that day was turned into mourning. For the people heard it that day. The king is grievous for his son. So the people went by stealth into the city that day, as people who are humiliated steal away when they flee in battle. And the king covered his face and cried out, "Oh, my son Absalom, Absalom, my son, I'm so sad for you." Then Joab came into the house and said, "Today there was a victory, and you're going to turn it into some bullshit over somebody that was literally going to kill you. So, like, why are you doing that, dog? Listen, I don't know what's happening, but it's not that. We literally had a victory. Why are you crying?" Loving those who hate you, and by hating those who love you. For you have shown today that the princes and servants are nothing to you. For I know this day, if Absalom were alive and all of us were dead, then you would be pleased. And that is Jesus smashing bullshit. Now, therefore, arise and speak kindly to your servants, for I swear by the Lord, I will beat your ass. So the king arose and sat in the gate, and when they told all the people, saying, "Behold, it's the king," then all the people came before King D, because he was live streaming and everybody wanted to be up on the live stream. He's still got the ugly cry face. It's all puffy and shit. But he's out there hanging. Now, all the vampires fled, each to his tent, and all the people who were quarreling throughout the tribes, saying, "The king delivered us from the hand of our enemies and saved us from the hand of the Philistines. But now he has fled from Absalom." Like, for real. That seems stupid. Like, really stupid. Why? Like, he's not scared of Philistines, but he's scared of Absalom. That don't make no sense. However, Absalom, who we anointed over us, has died in battle. Then now, why are you silent about bringing the king back? Then David went to Zadok and Abiathar, saying, speak to the elders of Judah, the werewolves. Speak to the elders of the werewolves. Okay? Saying, why are you the last to bring the king back to his house? Since the word of all the vampires have come to the king to go to his house. So King D is like, werewolves, why aren't you here? You should have been the first. Okay. You are my brothers, my bone and my flesh. Why then should you be the last? And say to Amasa, are you not my bone and my flesh? May God do so more to me, and more also, if you are not the commander of the army and the place of Joab. Thus he returned the hearts of all the men of Judah as one man, and they sent word to the king, saying, return you and all your servants. Like, who are we to tell you you can't? Like, you're God's dude. Right? So we can't really tell you anything. The king then returned and came as far as the Jordan, and Judah came to Google in order to meet the king and bring him across the Jordan. Then Shemiel, the son of Gera, the Benjamite, who was from Bethlehem, hurried and came down with the men of Judah to meet King D. And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, with Ziba, the servant of the house of Saul, with his 15 sons and his 20 servants with him. And they rushed to the Jordan before the king, and they went crossing the Lord and the Lord's house, or the king's household. My bad. Wait. And there were 1,000 men of Ben with him, with Ziba, the servant of Saul, his 15 sons, and his 20 servants. And they rushed to the Jordan before the king. And they kept crossing the ford to bring the king over with his household and to do what was good in his sight. And Shimei, the son of Gera, did the face thing as he was about to cross the Jordan. And he said to the king, do not consider me guilty, nor remember what I did wrong on the day when you left, because you were definitely being a coward. So forgive me for calling you a coward, even though you're a coward. I mean, it's fact. It's written in a book. And then the king said, you're not going to die. Shut up. Then Mephi came down to meet the king, and he had neither cared for his feet, nor trimmed his mustache, nor washed his clothes. From the king departed until the day he came home in peace. He probably did that shit on purpose. And it was then when he came down to the vampires to meet the king that the king said, "What the fuck, yo?" And he answered, "Zyba left me behind." Yeah, it was all Zyba's fault. He left me behind and now my feet are so terrible. So then the king was like, "Well, then you guys can split the land because I don't know what the fuck is going on. So, whatever." And then Mephi is like, "I don't want it as long as you're back, King Face." Yeah, I'm so happy to have you back. It's a good time. And the king said, "Why are you talking? Shut up." Now, Barzilla had come down from Roglin, and he went along on the Jordan to escort the king over. Now, Barzilla was very old, like 80, and he had sustained the king while he stayed at Mahatam, for he was a very great man. And the king said, "Well, why don't you come over and I'll take care of you?" And Barzil was like, "No, take my nephew. My nephew is a good guy." Uh, okay. And the king answered, "Okay, and I'll do for him what is good. Whatever you inquire of me, I will do." So all the people crossed over the Jordan, and the king crossed over also. Then he kissed Barzilla and blessed him, and Barzilla returned to his place. Now the king went on to Google, and Chunanim went on with him. That's Barzilla's nephew. And all the people of the werewolves, and also half the vampires, accompanied the king. And behold, all the vampires came to the king and said, "Why are our brothers, the werewolves, stolen you away and brought the king and his household with him over the Jordan?" Then the werewolves answered, "Because the king is a close relative. David is a werewolf through and through. He is a werewolf through and through." Why are you angry about this? Have we eaten at all at the king's expense? Has anything been taken for us? But the men of travel answered, "Oh my God, hold on." Then the vampires answered the werewolves and said, "We have 10 parts in the king. Therefore, we have more claim in David than you. Why then did you treat us with such contempt? Was it not our advice to first bring back the king?" Yet the words of the werewolves were harsher than that of the vampires, because the werewolves are great at talking shit. like super great at talking shit. And probably because they were right, because David is a werewolf through and through. He's not a very good vampire. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and end right there. I want to tell everybody it's time to give the pillows some head, the sheets some ass, and have the sweetest dreams ever. I love y'all so much. Okay. Mm. No good night. Anyway, love y'all. Good night.